I do, plus our nation's veterans. They deserve my very best. And so I applied for the SALT program so that I can continuously improve and possibly have a greater impact on the organization.
One thing that the SALT program and EQ 360 taught me was that empathy is also putting yourself in someone else's shoes, in their eyes and their vision. I have to kind of think about how they would solve the given problem. So I think that was one big learning step for me.
I have learned about myself that I am an overthinker, and I have now learned how to strategize my thinking skills.
The thing that I learned about myself through the SALT program is that I'm driven by purpose and people.
I've applied so many of the strategic thinking skills that I've learned from SALT into my current job. There's a lot of change happening at the VA. In order to address those changes and to be efficient and to continue to team build, the strategic thinking skills and processes are essential to helping us grow and to really move forward as an entire agency.
I was able to use it to increase productivity on my workday. I've also liked VMCL, and I've used it to think strategically about my team. I've started asking them, what is the vision for our team? What's our mission? Those things that we do every day to reach the goal state. Tried to cultivate a shared culture, and then try to implement some learning to help us reach the mission and goal state.
You have to kind of use systems thinking to understand everyone's side as a whole. So I'm not only thinking one-sided and thinking about, what are we going to do over here on contracting? I think about the customer in the aspect of what system is it that they're trying to get completed? What are the distinctions that they need for that system? What are the relationships between the customer, logistics, and contracting, and what are the different perspectives from all different groups? And then it kind of comes together as we've learned through this journey about systems thinking of like the total concept of customer service and a customer. So I don't think that I would have that sharp of a mental model or a tool if I wasn't trained on DSRP and systems thinking here.
I've always been an agile leader, but it has allowed me to shift my role because of self-awareness with my emotional intelligence.
Competencies of a skilled leader is the competency to know that not only may this effort fail, but there's a rebound from it. And a skillful, artful leader is vulnerable, but they're resilient and they can recover from setbacks.
The thing about SALT and learning about being a technical expert and an agile leader is that, in this given position, to anyone that's in this class, they've already made that shift and that transition. You're pretty well technically savvy, and they saw something in you that made you somewhat of a leader to lead others.
Now I'm at a point where I'm able to delegate and empower my people, and then those people on my team feel like they have an investment in what's going on.
My favorite lesson or activity is when we had to identify our networks. There are bands of networks, who they are, what skills, abilities, what the purposes are of those individuals in those networks, and how to bring them closer so that you can first develop yourself, develop your team, and contribute to the mission.
My favorite activities are always our guest speakers. I love hearing our guest speakers. They really have so much to give, and they're enthusiastic about being here.
What I found most impactful was self-awareness subject areas about how my emotions impact decision making, how my behaviors can be viewed differently by others, and it's really helped me improve the relationship with my subordinates.
By being in SALT, you realize that there's managers and there's supervisors, there's leaders all over VA that are sitting in an office dealing with some of what you're dealing with, and just knowing that there's somebody else out there and sharing those experiences, I believe, will cause VA to grow.
I think the VA is making a profound and deep effort to recapitalize its workforce. And I think that this class is a down payment on America's effort to do right by veterans.
To listen, to be willing to grow.
Come with an open mind, be prepared to learn new concepts and ideas.
To network personally and professionally, it is a bonding opportunity that I did not expect.
To be an active participant, listen, ask questions, be flexible, and just seriously enjoy the ride.
My director in SES has already told me they've seen the difference since I've been in the program. And once they said that to me, I'm like, yes. So I know it's full speed ahead, and I'm ready.